Hey guys, welcome back to another episode Around the Fire. Today we are going to go over a couple new AKs that may potentially make an appearance at SHOT Show coming up here this week. I'm pretty excited, hoping that we'll get some new stuff. Some of these are companies you know, maybe some you don't, whatever. We're just going to talk about a couple of products that I found that I'm hoping show up this year if we're lucky. Okay, so the first one we're going to get into here is the Arsenal. This is the new Arsenal AK-20, slated to make its debut. They have announced that this should be there. So this one, from what I can tell and what I can gather, it's the typical Arsenal milled receiver. This one's a shorty variant. I don't know if there'll be a rifle variant too. One would assume so. It has an adjustable gas block, which is a little bit silly because it looked to me from the video that they had released that this gas block is going to be a 3-position, one for subsonic ammunition, one for a bolt non-cycling, like a single shot, and then the other for standard and no adverse setting. So I think an adverse setting would have been nice, and I'd always prefer something with a few more tunable positions for dependent loads and things like suppressor use and stuff like that. It's got one of those more chassis style handguards where you've got the handguard coming up over the top giving you some pick rail. To me, that's cool from the factory, but it's also kind of old now. It looks good. I'll give it some credit. It's cool to see. It's cool to see anything cool coming out, but I would have liked to have seen maybe a complete chassis system, something to that effect. We've got a few that we're going to get into here for Zastava. So the first one we'll start with here is the one that I want the most. This is the M19 from Zastava. It's like sort of their next generation, AK-inspired combat rifle. So this guy here sports like a sort of ACR-ish style folding stock, a quick change barrel, which is really neat, sort of reminiscent of like a Bushmaster ACR or many other things like it. It's got a quick change chuck system, like a locking mechanism that is right in front of the mag well there. It has an AR-15-ish style charging handle, which I could take or leave. I would have probably just preferred like a left side non-reciprocating charging handle, but I think it's cool that they're doing something different there. And then this one is a monolithic chassis all in key mod, which I think is cool. I don't care if it's key mod or M-lock, but I just love the monolithic chassis. I think this is a really, really good looking firearm, and I would be super duper excited if these finally made it. Renko had been talking about maybe these hitting the United States in 2024, and that didn't happen. Can't really blame him under that administration or those sort of financial times. Maybe 2025 is going to be the one for us. We can hope. Okay, so this next one I want to get into is the Zastava M21. If you guys want to see a video on this one, James Reeves over at TFB TV actually did a really good one on this. He was over there and he got to play with one, and he really enjoyed this one. This seemed to be one of his more favorites. Me in particular, I'm like, I'll take it. I wouldn't be mad about it at all, don't get me wrong. Like, I would buy one hands down. But it just isn't anything too much different. From the looking at it, they've got rifle, they've got pistol variants. It seems to, have a different style of gas block, slightly changed up. It's got its own, proprietary, I don't know that it's proprietary, but it, from the factory seems to be coming with like a more tactical style handguard with a monolithic rail. A couple different variations of it obviously seem to have existed. I believe this one was an issued rifle over there. So, I mean, it would be cool. It'd be cool to see, but it's just nothing too much crazier. It just seems to me to be another AK with a little bit of different furniture. But hey, all new import things are good in my book. And then finally, I would like to make an honorable mention, as they did come out right before SHOT Show, and we did get them in, and they are amazing. Zastava's just been killing it lately. Is the new M72 Zastavas, the RPKs, these ZPAP RPKs or whatever they're calling them. They came in, and we've had two now. They're both gone. They sold super fast. The pricing on them is great. You figure about $1,500 retail for a heavy barrel Yugo RPK. They're gorgeous. They'd be a ton of fun to build out in different ways or just keep classic. And I mean, you can't beat the quality on them. And it has the modernized quick detach bipod. So I just thought that deserved a little honorable mention there. Okay, and the last one is going to be the PSA VOOC or VOC or however it's pronounced, but it's supposed to be some sort of play off of some AK-10 something series stuff going on over there. This one here is basically, however you want to spin it, it's the Jackal upper reconfigured into sort of an AK, sort of a SIG 550, sort of a Bushmaster ACR. I don't know. It looks cool. The photo I have here, I feel like looks different than the original photo I saw when PSA posted it back in last year's SHOT Show. But this is just what I pulled off the internet here. It would be interesting to see if this happens with PSA, as they do seem to have, so much development already behind the Jackal. I know there's been a lot of problems with the Jackal, whether it's been, barrels that weren't Loctited in because they're held in with some screws. The barrel block is, and out of spec Picatinny rails and other typical sort of PSA uh, issues, if you will. But I do like all things AK, and it's cool to see innovation. So I don't know. You guys tell me, you like it, you don't like it. What do you think? You gonna buy one? No, maybe not. You waiting for the bullpup? You tell me. Sound off below. But all right, guys, that's all I have for you. SHOT Show's coming up in a couple of days. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Yeah, let's see what happens.